back. I'm Nita K with part 2 of my handbag collection. I will link, I'll put in the description box the link to part 1 if you want to check that out. And as I said before, a little cliff notes of it. It's not because I have so many bags that I have 2 parts. It's just that I kind of yap about a history of why I came to purchase these bags back in my bag frenzy. Yeah, I was in a bag frenzy around 2010 to around 2012, and then I ducked out to watches, and then I came back in 2013. So that's how the majority of these bags came to be, and I've had them for a while. So these are kind of, you know, older style bags, and I've sold a lot of bags. I gave away a lot of bags. Bag frenzy was a good time to be related to me. But this part 2 I think is kind of special. Because this is kind of where the party is over here, kind of a little more pops of color than part 1. Those are kind of staple, you know, everyday woman's bags. So we're starting out, and I'm starting out with a black bag, and I talked about color, but bam, this is actually a reversible tote bag by Fiore, I'm not quite sure how to do that E, if it's up or down, but I know how to pronounce this. It says Italy. And that's what really drew me to this bag. I was in Ross. Yeah, Ross. And not every Ross has leather bags, but I was frequenting this one particular neighborhood, and I saw this bag, and I was like, It kind of reminded me of a Neverfull, but to me it's like better than a Neverfull because it is real leather. It's soft leather. I want to say it's glove leather. And it's just plain, just like a Neverfull. It has this pouch that was connected that also says Fiore genuine leather made in Italy. So I was like, this is like my little Neverfull. The underside of it is leather too, so there's no like cotton lining or kind of chintzy lining. It is all leather. I have to keep a cardboard in the bottom of it because I don't like saggy bottoms, I don't like pants sagging, and I don't like handbag sagging. And it is completely reversible to in a rocky on. It is completely reversible to pink with you know, the same Fiore, you know, Italy stamped in silver, completely reversible. And I was really excited about that when I saw it because I wanted color. I desired color. I really like it better on the black side. I think it's just classy, and then you have that little pop of pink. So this is a really nice substantial bag. I call it my better than a Neverfull. I know it's not, but to me it is. Now this bag, I'm really kind of excited to talk about it because I have searched and searched on YouTube for Gurkha reviews back in the day. Shopping DC, I think they were still calling themselves, and they started selling these Gurkha bags. Okay, this way. It looks very similar to, you know, Dooney and what Dooney does and what Dooney was doing, but this is Gurkha. They have their own entity. They started out around the same time as Dooney, I think, in the mid-70s, and I watched and watched because they sold a mess out of these bags. It was like the Today Special at least 5 times. And finally around the 3rd or 4th time, they kept lowering the price a little bit. It still, you know, wasn't low enough when I purchased this bag, but I just really wanted it. I looked at it so long. I keep this scarf on, and it didn't come with this scarf. It's just such a handsome bag that I just thought I needed to feminize it a little bit more. But I like it because I don't have anything like this. I don't have a lining quite like this. And it has a nice substantial zip pocket in the back. And it has, I believe, what they consider a business card holder. Really interesting kind of pocket orientation on that back side. And on the front side, it has a very small cell phone pocket, but it could be used for like makeup or lipsticks or whatever. And then a nice size cell phone pocket that would fit the larger phones. It's lined in this smooth leather. It's hard to describe. I don't really know how. It's almost like a velvet type of natural leather. And it has this gold tone or brass tone hardware, which is substantial and beefy, but not overly heavy. And this is a big bag, but it is not extremely heavy for the size of the bag. It has feet on the bottom, and I really like this double zipper deal. You know, that dual zipper, you can take it all, you know, you can just play with it and have fun. I really like that. It's a huge bag. It took a lot of getting used to. It is prone to dye transfer. It's a light color bag, and it's like it's the last day I'm about to wear the bag. And I decide, oh, let me wear my dark denim jeans. And then I come home and I'm like, you know, you hear that horror music in your head. And you're like, what did I just do? But I take some saddle soap to it, and it has for the majority come off. But this Gurkha bag, I like it. I like it. Okay. All right, this bag, this is Junior Drake. So this is Jay. This is my only rust-colored bag. You know, like I say, and it's my only lamb leather bag. It's super soft leather. I like fringe. I like that it's not overly fringy, if that's a term, you know, like it's not hanging down and kind of getting in the way. You don't hear me coming and going, you know, here she come with that fringe bag. And it's kind of 70-esque, it's kind of retro. I was just really drawn to this. And it has a pretty short shoulder strap, which, you know, is kind of good or bad. It's only bad because it's kind of harder to get into. It has this lining that I'm not the biggest fan of, only because it's so silky. It's not that it's so dark, but things kind of slide around, and it's just hard to kind of get a grip on things, get a handle on things with this slippery lining. It has the slip pocket in the back, and two, actually 3 pockets, because one of them is a pin pocket in the middle, and 2, you know, lined, substantial cell phone pockets or whatever in the front. It doesn't have feet on the bottom, but this type of bag would make no sense with feet on the bottom, I think. This bag reminded me of a bag my mom wore way back in the day. I might slip in a little picture of it. So when I saw that, I'm like, oh, this is the bag Mom wore to Cedar Point, you know. Who cares about that, right? But I have this photographic memory, and yeah, so I like that. Next is L, but this is another kind of nod to the 70s. This is by Lucky. This is just a saddle bag, really plain, super plain. Like, I wanted something in my collection that was just like, I don't care, but it's still leather. And it's total suede on the other side, which I think is so classy. I wish they did the whole lining in this suede, but it kind of, you know, I guess for cost they had to do what they had to do. And so it just has like a cotton lining otherwise, and it has a nice slip pocket in the back. And that's about it. Not a lot of organization, but it does have a substantial slip pocket in the front for papers or maybe keys or something flat. You could probably fit a cell phone in there too. No pockets on the back. Of course, no feet on the bottom. Like I said, I don't think that would make much sense. This is one of my only crossbodies that I have. I'm not a huge crossbody fan, but it is nice to have, and especially something that you can actually fit in, and it's not heavy at all. This became known as my rain bag. You saw the movie Rain Man. This is my rain bag. What happened with this is I was wearing this. It was a late summer rain, you know, totally no coat, nothing to cover it up. Usually I put my bags under my coat to protect the leather. I was just out there, my bag was just naked in the wind, flapping, and it got so soaked. I gave my last rides to the bag. I'm like, this bag is not gonna make it. I came back to that bag about 2 hours later, I don't know, and it looked like this. Literally, the bag came back. So I've learned to, if I know it's going to rain, I grab this bag and it bounces back every time. It kind of reminds me of Ally McGraw. I didn't even watch Love Story, but it just puts me in that time frame. Okay, next is K. This is exciting. This is probably maybe my most interesting bag, I think, because of the color. Ow, bam. Yeah, it's loud, it's bright, it's turquoise, it's Kate Spade. I think I have I don't know if this is one of the cobble heels. Let's see. I have my useless information back here. I found this at TJ Maxx, which is unusual. TJ Maxx usually does not do Kate Spade. I mean, you'll see some on occasion, and this was clearance. This was clearance, Kate Spade. This is called the Little Minka, and the color is Tropic Blue. And this was the end of my... Funny thing happened on the way to ending the last video. My battery died again. We're gonna finish this, Kate Spade. And it's ironic that it cut out saying this was the end, and it was the end of that last segment, but this was the end of my bag frenzy. Because I thought long and hard before I purchased this. I was like, it's blue. I kept the tags on it for like 30 days because I was like, I really want to take it back. I really want to take it back. But this is one of my favorite bags, and I'm glad I didn't take it back. But I could tell I was coming out of something, and I was coming out of bag frenzy. So I just really love the bags that I have now, and this is probably number one on the list. I can't imagine any bag having better leather than this. This leather is phenomenally soft. You go inside the bag real quick, and it has this nice substantial zip pocket in the back. It has a nice cute little magnetic snap, easy in and easy out. I appreciate that. And it has a nice zip pocket in the back with the cute little Kate Spade emblem, very simple and understated. And then it has around the front two slip pockets lined in the same tropic blue colored leather. It's a fun little lining. I hear ice cream music when I open up this bag. It's light tone gold hardware. Now that I think it is maybe a little lighter than it was. Feet on the bottom. So this is the Kate Spade Little Minka. And the very last bag on the radar is Michael Kors bag. Okay, Nordstrom Rack. When I first saw this at Nordstrom Rack, I said, no. Don't want that. That's too loud and bright and brassy. And then next door to it was this nice charcoal color. Metallics were in a few years ago. So I think this is more than a few years ago, though, that this bag was manufactured. Because isn't it a different style from Michael Kors? That's what drew me to it. It's not your everyday, that's the Michael Kors bag, that's the Jet Set tote, that's a... I said, oh, that's one of the older style bags. And I tend to like when a brand, I mean, he was out in the 1980s, this is not an 80s bag, but before they get oversaturated, they kind of have better quality, and this leather is so beefy. I was like, I have to have the charcoal one, not this one. This was still a no. So I bought the charcoal, and then I got it home like, oh, my mom doesn't have a Michael Kors, I want my mom to have it, and I knew my mom was not going to go for this. So I kind of massaged my mind. I made myself get this for me because I wanted one, and then I gave the charcoal to my mom. By the time I got this home and played around with it, I really like what I can do with this bag. I'm over, like I said, the loud goes out the window. I'm over how loud it is. It's good with black. It's good with white in the summertime. It's good with just about everything but maybe denim. I don't think, you've got gold sandals, works, pops. So going inside the bag real quick, it has a compartment in the center, a center divider, which I like because it is sewed to the bottom like Dooney does it, so you can actually use it and not worry about your things switching from one side to the next. And it has a nice zip pocket on the back with some more pockets. They're not lined, but what are you going to do? You can't have it all, or can you? And then you turn it around and it has two more slip pockets for cell phones. A nice strong magnetic snap, and I really like these two side pockets for like cell phone. It was kind of tight for a cell phone, but they're kind of like secret pockets because you can't get much in it, but anyway, I like them. And I like this chunky hardware. It says Michael Kors on each side. Nice feet on the bottom. This is just a big, beefy bag, y'all. This is like beefcake. It's kind of a mama bag, which is why I thought of my mom and gave her the charcoal. And I like wearing this, that I can fit a lot in it. You can only fit a lot in mama bags, right? So that is the conclusion of my handbag collection other than Dooney. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Till next time.